rotate an array k times. So for example, your array has been given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and suppose I have to rotate it 3 times, right? So first of all, it will become 2, 3. Suppose clockwise, if I'm rotating, so it will become 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again it will become 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and then again one time more I have to repeat, so it will become 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So this is how I rotate it. Can you tell me how do we write the code to rotate the array? If you have been given an array and you have been told that you have to rotate it k times, how will you rotate it?
Yeah, so first I will write the loop for till k, and then like rotation as you said. So we'll go with clockwise, right?
Till k, and then inside this, you write another for loop.
Yeah, to swap.
So what will the time complexity of this one?
Nk.
Order of n into. So this is also quadratic, basically quadratic. So if I have to write this, right? So I can simply write this to make it more sense. If I equals to 0, I is less than k, I plus plus. So equals to 0, k is less than array of length. Tell me what should I write inside this? So I've written like this. Can you guys help me with the code? What should I write? Is the condition both the for loops correct, or I have to make any changes in this? If I have to rotate the array, you have to be like you said that I have to write for 2 for loops, right? I have written it 2 for loops, and what should I write the code inside this? Can you guys help me with that?
Yeah, so I feel like we can take a temp variable and store the 0th position value there.
Okay. Here.
Yep.
After that.
So we are going from left to right. So one by one, right? So array of I is equal to array of I plus 1, and then in array of I we'll use the temp variable.
Like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Array of j basically you meant.
Yeah.
Right?
Sorry. Yeah.
And then.
And then use the temp variable in that.
Here you want me to write array of j equals to 10.
Yeah.
So if I do this, don't you think that this will simply overwrite? Initially, I'm putting array of j equal to array of j plus 1, and then I'm putting array of j equals to temp. So basically, temp will overwrite the value which you stored in the previous statement. See, I have this one. I think with this you'll get the better picture. So I have this array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, suppose. Okay. Right. So 2 times suppose if I rotate. So the first time if I rotate, the 5 should come at the first position at 1, 2, 3. Right. And the second time when I rotate, then again the 4 should come at the first position at 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Now with this hint, can you tell me what should be the? I think Pretos, you are thinking right. You are thinking very right. But what you have asked me to write is that here the temp will store value is 1, and if this is the inner for loop, the j value is 0. So initially, it will what it will do this at this statement, it will convert this. It will convert this into, if I do this, the array j which is 0 and j plus 1 is 1. So it will convert this into this. So one position will also become 2. And then again here when you do, it will convert this back to. So now at this time the array is this one. It will convert back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anybody else? Meanwhile, Manoj, Vivek, Jahir, any change that we can do in this code? We have to write 2 for loop. That is correct. I just want to know the condition that what you guys will put in here to rotate the. Okay. So basically what we have to do is that in every iteration, all the elements should go one position right, and the last element should come at the 0th position, right? This is what we're doing. So all the position 1 went one position right, 2 went one position right, 3 went one position right, 4th went one position right, and the last element came to the 0th position.
If I can just add another point.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I was thinking that the third line array of j is equal to temp. The last element should come here every time, and we should reverse that this array of j plus 1 is equal to array of j.
Okay, let's try to do this. And here I do array of array of array dot. This is what you said. And
Yes.
so now I don't need a temp variable. I think you're thinking in the right direction. In fact, most of you guys are thinking in the right direction. Just that. So when you start programming and you are not very much used to writing the more data structure problems, sometimes the thoughts will come in your mind, but you will not be able to write it in the in the code terms. I think that is the problem right now we are facing. So as and one move, so our target should be this only. As soon as the thought comes in your mind, you should be able to write that in the terms of the code. And the day you achieve it, that is then when you can solve any problem. So let me jump into this. So basically what we can do is just try to see before this and this. First try to understand what we need to do. First try to understand the logic in the terms of the words, and then we'll try to write the code for it. So the logic here is, if I'm rotating, just try to see the pattern. Every time in one single rotation, every element has moved to the right. Like 1 has moved to the this, 2 has also moved one position right, 3 has also moved to the one position right, 4th has also moved to the one position right. And the last element comes to the first position. This is what is happening. Again, from here to here, every element has moved. 5th has moved to one position, 1 has moved one position, 2 has moved one position, 3 has also moved one position to the right. And the last element which was present in this array, which was 4, has come to the first position, right? So what we can do here is that, first of all, let's try to figure it out what is the last position here. So in temp, I can store as the last element array dot length minus 1. This is the last position. Okay, and inside this I can go for the second last element, and what I do is that I do that array of j plus 1 is equals to array of j. This I do, and once this loop completes, I simply say array of is equal to 10. Now let's try to try run and see this in the same question. First of all, this was my initial array, right? The temp value at this will be 5. First time when it came inside this. Now what I'm doing is, in this loop, every next element I'm setting the first element. So after this loop is completed, this will be something like this. This will be 1, and then it will be 1. This will be 2. This will be 3. This will be 2, 4, like this. So this array will get converted like this, and then you replace it with this one, so it becomes 5, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then same thing gets repeated. So if you do this, you will be able to rotate the k times in the clockwise direction. But the problem with this approach is the time complexity is O of n into k, which is a quadratic time complexity. I see a problem in this. Can you guys tell me what is the problem in this? Whatever that I said in this will not happen. Can you tell me what is the problem? What I have written here, what the wrong that will happen is, if I write a code like this, okay, suppose it is, just abstract it out. Okay. And suppose the array is 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose simple example like this one. If I do array of j is equal to array of j, first time when it happened, right? So this will convert this array into from this array. So basically, first position will get replaced by the second position. So it will come as like 1, and then 1, right? Then 3, and then comma 4. Right? This is converted into this one, right? When the second time it happens, right? So now I have this array, right? Now the 3 position will be replaced by the previous position. So this will become like this: 1, comma 1, comma 1, comma 4. And when the next time, when another iteration will happen, this will convert this into 1, comma 1, comma 1, comma. This is how the array will get formed. But this is not what I expected. I wanted this 1, 2, 3, 4 should be like this: 1, comma 1, comma 2, comma 3. This is what I wanted the array to get formed in, right? So this is not right. The code that I have written here is not right. What should I do to correct this? What I can do is that instead of moving to the left, I should write something like this: j equal to array dot length minus 1. J is greater than 0 and j minus minus. And what I do is that array of j equal to array of j minus 1. If I do this, then it will be fine. I'll get this one. Make sense? In that case, every element will be different, right? So if you solve this, this will get solved in O of nk. This will get solved in O of nk time, right? But again, this is not something which I'm very happy with because it's a quadratic time complexity. Just for rotating array, if you take a quadratic time complexity, this is not good. Can you think of anything else apart from this? Guys, itna sannata kyun hai? What happened? Paritosh, anything that you can think of? Just think anything wild. I am totally fine. Just try to think anything. Right? Just try to keep your thought process on and just let me know that what you are thinking, because I really want to understand that in which directions you are thinking around, because this is very important. Getting answer is not at all something I am concerned at. I'm only concerned about that you guys are at least thinking. You are at least thinking loud in the different directions. That is only my expectation is. And I encourage all of you guys, so whatever I have done it here, iteratively, do the same thing recursively, please. So this will be your assignment. The same code that I have written is iteratively. You have to convert that into the recursion and write it recursively. So any question that we do iteratively, always try to write a recursive version of that, because this will help you to gain a greater hold on the recursion. The reason I'm emphasizing much is that now you will not realize, but as soon as we start the topic like tree, graph, and dynamic programming, the more comfortable you are in the recursion, the easier that chapters will become for you. Right? So we have to keep practicing recursion from the now itself. Cool. Then another way of doing it is that I'll try to give you a little hint. Can we apply some kind of concept of reversal, the reversal concept? Can we apply something? Do you see any relationship between the reversing and the rotation? Try to correlate between these two concepts. You reverse something and then you rotate something. So I'm just giving you this hint, and I want you guys to think around this. So if you can find a correlation between these two, you can solve this problem in the linear time. So this is a hint, and I want you guys to try it as an assignment. In the next class, if you're not able to, we'll try to discuss it. But don't look at the internet, because once you do look at the internet, you get the answer. The whole purpose of all this exercise will get difficult. So don't try to look on the internet. Try to think on your own. I have given you enough hint. Try to take it as a treasure hunt. Again, you have got enough hint. You have to just crack this code. Right? So you have to correlate between the reversal of an array and the rotation of the array. And if you find any relationship, I think you can use this concept to rotate the array itself.